Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am really excited to kind of just talk about some goals that I want to set for this year. I want to talk about some bookish goals, just some kind of life goals in general, and yeah, this is just going to be nothing too serious, but I think it'll be fun to look at kind of what my goals are right now and then kind of be able to compare them at the end of the year and just kind of see what kind of things I kept up with and what kind of things I formed into habits and what things kind of weren't as important to me once the year went on. But my first goal is a pretty small goal that I'm already pretty close to accomplishing, but I finally have kind of a new setup for my office. It's not quite finalized yet because I have a little bit of organizing to do, and then I'm trying to figure out some wall prints that I want to put on this wall behind me, because right now it's just a completely blank wall. But really that's kind of the last thing. And then I used to have a desk right here. I used to have kind of a different desk set up with a bunch of drawers in it, and I got rid of that desk and just got a flat countertop for my desk now. So I have just a stack that you can't see because it's right beside you, but of random things that I need to kind of organize and figure out what to do with. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of organize this and decorate this and kind of make it a little bit more of just kind of a cozy reading space. My chair is in a much better spot than it used to be. It used to be in the opposite corner of the room, and now my window is just right over here, so during certain parts of the day it's going to get a ton of natural light in here, which is just going to be perfect, because I used to constantly move my chair closer to the window so that I wouldn't have to have the lights on. But that is my main goal, and once that's done, I'm hoping it'll be done in the next probably month, because I don't know, it'll take a little bit to get some wall prints figured out and ordered. But when I order those, I also want to order some for our guest bedroom, and yeah, I want to jump right into some bookish goals. And most of these are going to be really easy for me to track because I bought myself a little Christmas present this year, and that is a reading journal. I tried one reading journal before, but it was just a little too open-ended. I don't know, I like to be creative, but I see some people doing a bunch of journaling where they make their own spreads and print out little pictures, and I don't know, sometimes that kind of work can feel a little bit tedious for me. So I ordered a journal that kind of had a bunch of stuff kind of already figured out. It is a giant journal, and I might try to see if I can make this last a couple of years. There's some of the things that will only be for 1 year, but I ordered this off of Etsy from a shop. I'll have a link down below. It's called Novelly Yours, and this is just their 2025 reading tracker. And so it's going to have a bunch of reading stats. It has challenges in here, and I saw an advertisement for it and knew I wanted to have it. And it is just such a high quality journal. It's got this thick cover on it. It's got little tabs for every month, and yeah, I am just super excited to be able to kind of track my reading and some goals in here. And it'll be a really easy way to look back at the end of the year and kind of see what things I accomplished and just kind of how my reading tastes have changed at the end of the year. So like I said, I'm going to make a lot of my goals based off of this journal, and so after I'm done filming, I'm going to kind of actually go through and fill out some goals in here. So the first goal page is my total books that I want to read. So in 2024 I read 45 books, but I read a fair number of novellas last year. There was a few from Amazon, and then I read a couple physical copy novellas. So I think I probably read maybe around 10 or so novellas. So then I read 35 real books, and I don't know, I had a hard time kind of figuring out what I wanted my reading goal to be for the year, because there are a number of longer series that I want to get to this year. There's a number of just more full-length series, like I said, and fewer novellas that I want to get to. But I do finish up my classes in August, and I feel like at that point I should have more time to be reading. but it just kind of all depends. So I feel like I'm gonna stick with 45 as my goal again. I feel like it was a good goal. Last year I initially think had my goal as 35, and I think I reached like 25 by maybe like May or something, and so I jumped that goal up. And I think 45 is a good goal. So then the next section is new releases, and there's definitely some in here that I am excited about, but I know that I am excited for Sarah Adams' new book that actually came out just a couple days ago. I'm excited for Emily Henry's new book, Abby Jimenez, the third Powerless book, Onyx Storm. Like, there's a number of those that I am excited about. And here it also has a spot for like books that I didn't get to last year that I wanted to, series that I need to finish, which I'm going to make a whole video about that, because last year I made one video about finishing series that I had already started. I kind of started a second one, but I think I want to like refresh that video and just kind of start it off on like more of a clean slate and kind of make it more of a steady series rather than, I don't know, I feel like I was like jumping randomly into that video and out of it to where like I have like random clips for it in a ton of different spots. But I think I want to just kind of organize that a little bit better and kind of restart, so I'll go through all of that in a video pretty soon. And then it has a spot to just rate all of the books that you read, and so there's a ton of books on here. This goes all the way up to like 200, 300, 360 books. So this is where like this portion of the journal I could use for multiple years and just kind of like color code like what year I read each thing or each month. I think that'd be fun. But some of them, like there's this A to Z reading challenge and the 25 to read in 2025, where these ones are obviously going to be kind of just based on this year. But what's nice is this journal also has a couple of spots to like create your own challenge. So I could do like my 2026 reading challenge in this section as well. And then there's like a more specific series tracker in here, which is nice. And then the other fun one is like a habit tracker that I'll probably use for a couple of non-bookish related things, because there's a few goals that I want to accomplish that aren't necessarily book related. But then each month, I just want to go through this real fast. Each month it has like a heading page, and then it goes through a spot to mark like your TBR that you want, books that come out that month, and then a spot to kind of go over each book and talk about like the length of it, the dates that you read it, and what star rating you give it. There's a spot for if there's any books you didn't finish that month. And then there's a spot to mark, like, this one I think will be really fun, mark like what books you bought that month, so you can talk about like how many books you bought and how much you spent. And then there's a little recap section at the end for total number of books read, your highest and lowest rated books, your like biggest twist, and yeah, it's just kind of an interesting spot. And that's something I definitely want to do, is I want to kind of record like my favorite and least favorite book each month. I think that would be like a fun way to compare then at the end of the year of like these were the top books each month. But really quickly I want to talk about a couple of my non-bookish related goals. These ones really aren't too extreme, and I don't have that many of them, but I just wanted to kind of touch on them a little bit because I think they're ones that I want to kind of track in this journal as well. The biggest one is I have been trying to get more and more into running. I ran quite a bit in the fall, but once like daylight savings time hit and it was dark like as soon as I leave work, it was a lot harder to kind of do that. I wasn't running a ton, but I was, you know, running 3 to 5 miles a couple times a week. But we are getting a like hand-me-down treadmill that I think will be a good way to kind of adjust that. but I am running a 10K in Disney in February, so I need to start kind of building up my stamina again because I haven't ran at this point for like a month. I haven't ran since, I think I ran once in December and that was it. So I need to get back into the habit of that, and it's something that I want to keep doing. I have a few friends that are going with me, that like we have a whole group of people that I work with that go on runs on Saturdays once it's nice out, so it's definitely something that I want to devote a little bit more time towards. And then the other thing is just kind of making more food at home. We usually just like make really quick meals and they're just not the healthiest, and so we're trying to work on making sure we have a vegetable and a protein in every single meal, or at least every dinner. We're both just, we eat leftovers and like quick breakfast just because of our work schedules. In order to kind of accomplish my running goal, especially once I kind of have the treadmill, I have been starting to try and wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, and for this it's just to give me a little bit more time each day. I used to wake up at 6 a.m. and then I would leave for work by like 6:30, so I really didn't give myself a ton of time in the mornings. But starting this week, I only did it twice, but I woke up at 5 a.m. twice this week and kind of did like a little 30 minutes Pilates class and made breakfast at home before I left for work. And I just feel like I felt a lot more ready to go for the day, and I actually surprised myself by having energy to get through the day. But I'm also giving myself some grace and some leeway because there was a couple of nights where I got stuck at work late, and one of the nights I didn't get home till 8:45, and I was like, realistically I can't shower, eat dinner, and like unwind at all and still be asleep in the amount of time that I would need to wake up early. So that one, I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway of, at least if I do it a few days a week, then I'll be happy, because like I said, I just think it'll be a great time to kind of just give myself a little bit of time in the morning, do a little bit of exercise in the morning. Once we get the treadmill, I think it'll be fun because I'm definitely not going to be sprinting. It's going to be just like a slow walk, jog, and I don't know, I think I might try to make a video of like listening to an audiobook or like trying to read while I do that, and just kind of seeing like how many books I can get through, or like how much I can read while I'm doing that. So if that's a video that you guys would be interested in, let me know, because I don't know, sometimes I just feel like I'm not in the mood for music, and I definitely don't want silence when I'm like walking and running. So if you guys would be interested in like kind of seeing like a 5 a.m. reading challenge, definitely let me know, because I think it would be an interesting one to film. But those are kind of my main goals for the year. And then there's like, you know, there's some things that I feel like everyone says. I want to travel more, I want to save more money, but those are kind of, I don't know, they're goals, but not as impactful goals. Like I feel like those are things that are just going to kind of happen as they happen. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a short one, but I feel like it was just kind of, I needed a nice little reset, and that's kind of what I focused on doing kind of throughout this week. I was kind of doing a mental reset, just kind of getting things planned for the new year. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm going to be posting another short video tomorrow about my 25 books I want to read in 2025. So definitely check that video out as well. It'll be up tomorrow, and I will see you guys then. Bye.